Guys, welcome back to Tasty Tailgating presented by Pepsi. Today, we're talking turkey. Let's get cooking. All right guys, Thanksgiving is around the corner and it's time to get ready for the centerpiece, the turkey, the start of the show. Now I haven't made a turkey video in a while, so I'm gonna go back through my favorite method. That's spatchcocking the turkey. We're gonna take the backbone out, flatten it out. That is by far the easiest way I've found to cook the turkey. It's pretty much foolproof. You're gonna get a nice golden crispy skin. It's not that hard to do. You're gonna have to just do a little bit of work cutting the backbone out, but other than that, it's fine. So you're gonna take our neck out, take your giblets out. This will save for gravy. Those are usually on the inside of the bird here. If you're getting a frozen turkey, get it 3 or 4 days in advance and put it in the fridge. If you get stuck where you have a frozen turkey and you don't have enough time, you don't have 2 days to let it thaw out just in the fridge, what you're gonna wanna do is put it in a pot and start running cold water through it. That cold water is hotter than the frozen water, so it's gonna thaw your turkey out. That's the safest way to do it. Do not put it in the microwave. Do not put it by a space heater. I've seen someone do a blow dryer on that. None of that. That's how you're gonna get sick. That's how you're gonna ruin your bird, okay? If you have kitchen shears, good kitchen scissors, that works great for this, or you're gonna use a big knife. You're hacking through a little bit of bone, so don't use your nicest, if you have nice Japanese knives, nice sharp knives, it's not the way you want to use. A cleaver or something that's going to have a little bit more weight behind it works the best. Find the backbone right here, okay? Pretty easy to find. You can open the neck. Oh, we got some more giblets in here. Your giblets, your heart, your gizzards, that's all good for gravy, okay? Leave that to the side. Now, if you're cutting it, you can just start cutting along this backbone. Let's go, boom. And here, you hear that crunch? You're just cutting through that spine there. You can see it too. You can see the spine outline pretty easily. Cut all the way down on either side. Once the backbone's out, give it a flip. And now we're gonna smack, like you're doing CPR on the bird, we're gonna break that middle breastbone right here. So go until you hear a pop, boom. And now your bird's flattened out. Now it's ready to be spatchcocked. Okay, this is still, there's a lot of moisture on the skin. I'm gonna pat everything super, super dry for the next step here. Now, if you want to brine the bird, it's an extra step you can do. I'm not going to do it just for the sake of timing purposes right now. To brine it, what you do is now you get salt all over the skin on this side, flip it over, salt it, and then stick it in the fridge in the open air overnight. That's how you do the dry brine. I'm not gonna do that step. If you're going just for the easiest method, skip the brine. But if you wanna put the little extra effort in, you will notice it will be a little bit moisture. It's gonna be harder to overcook if you wanna do that brining process. But for the sake of this video, I will not be doing that. Next step, I'm gonna make a quick compound butter. This is what we're gonna be rubbing underneath the skin of the bird and on top. So, a stick of butter at room temperature, a bunch of fresh sage is like 2 packets. I love the flavors of sage, especially around Thanksgiving. Some fresh thyme. Thyme, the easiest way, just take it, pull down like that. The butter is unsalted, so I'm gonna put a little bit of salt. We're gonna zest an orange in there and get zest. Now, whenever you're zesting fruit, instead of rubbing it like this, just go around in an arc. That's how you're gonna get the most of the top, the zest that you want without getting the bitter pith. So just do this. Okay, perfect. This you can just do in a food processor. You can do in a blender too, or if the butter's at room temp, so you can mash it all by hand. Just chop your herbs up with a knife beforehand if you're doing it that way. Perfect. All right, and there you go. There's a quick compound butter. Smells incredible. Roasting tray here. You can use a sheet tray. I like using something a little wider. This will see if the bird fits, but if you have a big bird, just use a flat sheet tray. On the bottom of the roasting tray, I have a bunch of carrots here that I've just peeled, but this is all just aromatics, just flavoring for the bottom. You can eat, I mean, these are gonna be good to eat after, but we're gonna press them into a gravy is what I'm gonna use these for. So some carrots, some onions, and then some orange goes on the bottom of this tray, like so. Garlic, you can just take a whole head like this, cut. And even, don't worry about leaving the skins on. Like I said, if you're not planning on eating them directly, we're gonna press it through a sieve so that all gets taken out. Same thing with the onion. Onion, just quarter it. And then that thyme goes in there, that's great. Okay, that's gonna be our base. That's our little roasting tray base. Back over to the turkey. And I have some orange juice here. That's gonna come into play in a second here. All right, that sits pretty nicely. If the legs hang out a little bit, not a big deal. Tuck the wings in. All right, that's looking good. Okay, now for underneath the turkey, the breast, you're gonna wanna go in and break up the skin. Right here you can get in, but you can get all the way down to the bottom of the breast. you have to go in and just lift that skin off. You're kind of ripping it off, get all the way down there, because this is where we're gonna shove butter down this entire breast. It's gonna flavor as it cooks. See how much room we have in there now? Boom. And we're gonna take about, I don't know, start with that much of the butter. We're gonna go right underneath into that pocket that we made and just lather it in. You can use the top of the breast just to push down, get all that butter underneath. So you should have a good amount of butter underneath that skin to start. Now I'm gonna go with a little bit of salt just on that skin directly. And it really is probably best if you, even if you're not brining it, salt it like an hour before you do this. For the sake of doing it on Thanksgiving properly, salt it a decent amount of time, hour before. And then we're gonna take the rest of that butter and lather it on the outside of that bird. And you want a nice layer just like so. And get it in, get it on the thighs, under the wings. Every piece of that should have a nice amount of butter on it. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. And then last thing, take that orange juice, and we're gonna just do a little bit of orange juice in the bottom of that pan. You can use apple juice. I like to use any kind of citrus. You can use chicken stock if you'd rather, but I like a little bit of sweetness in there. And this is, as it cooks, it's gonna steam, flavor the bird from the inside. It's gonna be delicious. All those aromatics from the garlic, from the onion, from the carrots will flavor the entire bird. And now, last thing, just try to get it positioned evenly. I know that's easier said than done, but like that looks good. This thing fits perfectly. And the thing I like about spatchcocking is you get a much more even cook. If you were to traditionally roast this, the breasts are gonna cook faster than the thighs. You're gonna have dry breast meat. You're gonna have undercooked thighs. Like this, spatchcocking kind of takes the timing out of everything and makes it a much more even cook. You're gonna start at 450 degrees, and then after about 20-30 minutes, we're gonna turn it down to 400 to let it cook until the internal temperature is around 160. All right, while our turkey is roasting in the oven, we're gonna make a quick glaze. This is gonna be brushed on at the very end, like the final 30 minutes of cooking. This is gonna really give you a golden, crispy skin. Half a stick of butter, that remaining orange juice, a little bit of orange juice. I'm gonna peel a little bit of ginger. 1 clove of garlic, same thing. Smash it lightly. We'll grate that in. You can also just slice it and put it in if you want. Perfect. Some sage, this is for aromatic. Break it up, put it in. And then I'm gonna go with maple syrup here. Not too much, just a little bit in there. Give this a stir. Now we'll let this reduce, kind of thicken up, and then this at the end, the last half an hour, we'll brush this every 5 minutes onto that bird, and it's gonna give you the most delicious skin, like glass almost, just super crisp. That sugar from the orange juice and from the maple syrup will caramelize on top. It's gonna be fantastic. And we'll throw a little salt in this. Perfect. Okay, we have our glaze. We'll set this low simmer, just let it reduce a bit. And now next we will make a gravy using the neck and those giblets. We have the backbone, we have the neck, we have the liver, we have all the giblets. Salt all that up, and we're gonna get this seared off in the pan. We really want to get it hot so that the bottom of the pan, there's a lot of fond, a lot of browning that we build on this. Olive oil goes in, take that neck, backbone, I'm gonna have to snap it in half. Liver, heart. Okay, now we're just browning this in the pan. We're not burning it, but we're browning, we're building flavor. While that's going, I'm gonna slice up a shallot and a little bit of garlic. We're gonna put that in next. Look at that, beautiful color. And the liver, I love eating the liver. I'm gonna save this for myself and eat it. A little sauteed liver, beautiful thing. Once these are all browned off, take them out, the neck, throw away. Now we'll go with a little bit of butter. And see this? This is what you want. All that fond right there. This is all the flavor. All these brown bits are gonna make the gravy that much better. Butter goes in, and your onions and your shallot. But we're gonna wait on the garlic. We don't want the garlic to burn, so we're gonna give this a little head start. Give this a mix. Yep. A little salt. Okay, once those onions have had a little, 3 minutes, they've softened up a little bit, we'll go in with the garlic. Okay. So that's gone in. The garlic's starting to smell aromatic. That's as far as we want to take it. You do not want to burn the garlic here. And then final thing is get some chicken stock, get some turkey stock. Either one works. And we're going to deglaze this pan. So boom, we're going to stop the cooking. And now this is all that flavor of the pan and the onions and the garlic. It's it's gonna infuse into this stock and make it even more flavorful. So really scrape the bottom of the pan, really get all those brown bits, all that fond off, clean that pan, and then we'll let this just simmer away and build all that flavor in there. All right, our turkey's been going for about 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's at the perfect temperature right now, and then we glazed it the last half an hour about every 5 minutes just to get that nice brown skin on top. Beautiful, look, and we have this, the perfect roasted, crispy skin on top. If your skin's not getting quite there and the internal temperature is where you want it, it's at 160, what you can do is you can turn the broiler on in the oven, but be careful because it can burn fast, and then just try to broil that skin at the end just to get it to crispen up. That'll work too. So now, this is gonna rest for 30 minutes. Take this off and we're gonna cover it in tin foil and just let it continue to rest. It's gonna rise up in temperature. It's gonna end up being perfect. Okay, now we have all the pan drippings, all these carrots. These carrots are perfect right now. If you wanna just eat these, these are roasted and soft. Delicious. If you did a bunch of them, that'd be a great side. What I'm gonna do is take these drippings, combine it with that flavored stock we made, and that's how we're gonna make our gravy. We're gonna take this, now strain everything through a strainer. We don't need any of the onions, any of the bits in there. This is now gonna be used for our gravy. Okay, gravy, very easy to do. It's gonna start equal parts flour and butter. We're gonna make a roux. This is how it gets thick. This is how you thicken the gravy. Butter's gonna go in. Okay, once the butter's melted, flour can go in. And you wanna make sure you cook this flour for a little bit. You can't just put the stock in right now. It's gonna taste very floury. So we're letting it cook out, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes. You'll start to smell the flour in there, and that's how you know, okay, that flour, that rawness of the flour is cooking out. All right, once you're looking like this, we're gonna switch to a whisk, and we're slowly gonna start to incorporate that liquid in there, that stock and those drippings, and we're gonna whisk as we go. And you're gonna see, it's gonna start to clump up, and you might get nervous. You go, oh, I messed it up. No, just keep adding liquid, keep stirring. It'll start to thin out, boom. And as you keep stirring, you get whatever consistency you want. So if you want a nice thick gravy, stop here. If you want it thinner, just keep adding that stock. And right there, we have a nice looking gravy. Finish with a little pepper, a little salt, season it. Okay, gravy's done. We have our beautiful turkey here. All right, I'm gonna show you guys how I like to carve it. So first I'm gonna do is take the thighs and the legs off. You're gonna find just where that thigh joint is and go straight down. And you'll see it'll basically just pull right apart. So take that one off right there. Same thing on this side. Run your knife just along that, and then you have. Now, to separate the thigh from the drumstick there, you're going in. You'll see a little joint here, and just pop. So there you go. Now, for the breast, you're just gonna find the center. There's a breastbone right in there. Find it with your knife, and you're gonna go just alongside of it. You're gonna go straight down, and you're gonna kind of scoop. So find the breastbone, so straight down, and then you're gonna go underneath the breast. You're gonna get all that meat up, one little swoop there. Breast there with the skin on, just perfect. Clean board. Now you have your drumsticks here for anyone that wants those. My personal favorite piece, the thighs, right here. And then to serve the breast, I like to take it, and you're just gonna do slices. If you slice it like this way, like if you're traditionally carving it, you slice them thin, it gets dry super fast, it gets cold really fast. So I like to do like bigger chunks like this, and you get you get a nice piece of skin on each piece. Get all those herbs underneath, delicious. And there you guys go, the star of the show, the Thanksgiving turkey, spatchcocked and portioned out. It's a beautiful thing, and we can't forget the gravy that we made. Come in here. Why not just get a little bit of gravy on there? Oh, that's looking great. Guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Tasty Tailgating, Thanksgiving edition. We got the crispy skin. I'm gonna go in for a piece, just a little gravy on it right here. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Cheers. And remember, every crave-worthy bite is better with Pepsi, especially on Thanksgiving. Guys, that's how you do the turkey. We'll see you next time. We got more tips and tricks coming. Cheers.